Welcome to another edition of the most consistent, the most prolific, and the most dedicated uploads in YouTube history. This is Sean's View Entertainment on YouTube.com. Make sure to like this video and subscribe on what is sure to be a jam-packed day as it concerns my view of rumors, news, headlines, and gossip, confirmed, unconfirmed, uncooked, uncut, uncensored, right here on Sean's View Entertainment. Major backstage update as it concerns the WWE's plans for Batista and Randy Orton moving ahead. Are we fixing to see a double turn in the WWE once again? According to the report, on Monday's Raw, Batista cut a promo, finally acknowledging the fans are completely rejecting him, as well as Randy Orton brought that up as well. At Tuesday's SmackDown taping, Batista cut a heel promo and then went on to squash Dolph Ziggler. Batista cut a promo at the beginning of the SmackDown tapings voting to destroy each of our heroes on his way to WrestleMania. This led to Ziggler coming out, who called Batista a dinosaur and gave him a dropkick to start off the match. During the match, Ziggler got a loud babyface reaction, as should be expected, and there was a loud "Let's Go Ziggler" chant against the Royal Rumble winner. Batista taunted the crowd during the match and eventually won by giving Ziggler the Batista bomb. With Batista turning heel, alright, and it seems like, the wheels are in motion if he's already not a full-blown heel, it remains to be seen how the WWE is going to handle a heel versus heel WrestleMania main event. One theory is that WWE will turn Randy Orton babyface by having the Authority disregard Orton in favor of Batista, thus turning Orton babyface. Well, Batista, I'm glad he's back. He should have came back. He made it known that he loves the business. He loves the reaction. He loves how the crowd is so brutally honest. But the problem is Batista came at the wrong time, the wrong place. You see, it was at the height of Daniel Bryan's popularity. Everybody wanted to see Daniel Bryan in the Royal Rumble. Everyone wanted to see Daniel Bryan win the Royal Rumble and then go on to headline the main event WrestleMania against the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. But the problem with that is Daniel Bryan wasn't even positioned to be in the Royal Rumble match, and thus it was Batista. I have no problem with Batista coming back. Hell, I have no problem with Batista going against Randy Orton because it has a great story behind it. It's very intriguing. It's very compelling, but obviously to many of the subscribers here on Sean's View, and according to many of the WWE universe, they do not want to see Batista versus Randy Orton at a WrestleMania. Now, I agree, and I'll admit, maybe a few years ago, this match would have made more sense because of the time and, what people will remember between Batista and Randy Orton, but the WWE can still refresh people's minds. I mean, it's not like this is the worst, horrible main event in WrestleMania history. I can name a few other main events in WrestleMania history that are worse than Batista versus Randy Orton, or a co-main event, should I say. But the bottom line is, does Daniel Bryan deserve the spot more than Batista? Yes, I'll admit that right now, because I know I'm going to get a lot of criticism and hate because I don't mind Batista versus Randy Orton at WrestleMania. But I do agree that it's the wrong time, it's the wrong place, okay? And, Batista versus Randy Orton, like I said, I think it could have the potential to be good because these two have put matches on in the past, but it's never been at the magnitude of a WrestleMania. And like I said, there is a story behind Randy Orton and Batista. There's no story behind Daniel Bryan and Batista. There's no story behind Daniel Bryan, Randy Orton, Batista in a triple threat match. And while I would have not mind that doesn't shout WrestleMania main event to me. Randy Orton versus Batista shouts main event WrestleMania match to me because there is a story behind it. There's a lot of impact behind it. But, I don't have a problem with Batista coming back. I was a fan of Batista on his way up to the WWE when he became the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, and now I am a fan of Batista on his return to the WWE. I'm more of a fan of Batista than I am Daniel Bryan, and I know once again I'm going to get a lot of hate and criticism, but if you're looking at this from the right perspective, the WWE needs to turn Batista full-fledged heel. I mean, he needs to go against the grain. He needs to go against what the WWE originally wanted for him, because at this stage of the game, you can't ignore it anymore, and I know Mr. McMahon, there's been a lot of backstage reports that Mr. McMahon has been he's been blowing a gasket. He's been fuming. He's been raging that the fans are not responding to Batista, and they really want to push Batista as that good guy, as that babyface, but it's just not, getting over to the fans. So what do you think, subscribers, should happen? Should Randy Orton turn face? Should Batista turn heel? Will there be a double turn? What is Batista's future going to look like? Is the main event of WrestleMania 30 set in stone, or do you see any changes ahead? What are your feelings on Batista? Why do you boo Batista? Are you booing Batista because Daniel Bryan's not in the main event? Are you booing Batista because you don't think Batista deserves the shot at WrestleMania? Or are you booing Batista just because it's the right thing to do? Your comments, your opinions, subscribe.